Hey everybody, well, next video is still on the dash. So we built this part, well, this part, we built this part. Now we have something missing right here, and that would be this piece. Yeah. That used to be there, and it was quite rusty on one end. It was there, and of course on the other side as well. And ow, that hurt. So when I was taking it off, there's also other rust coming through. You know, when you try to fix this stuff, just throw a patch in it, like on this end. You know, you could have got away with it for a little bit, but my findings is, well, then it comes and eats a hole down here, and then down here. And this had been patched several times, as you can see. Now this was 40 years ago when I did that. It's just due, you know. So what I'm finding down here, this is missing. This right here. Not sure how important that is. Let me go get the replacement body panel. That yeah, well, I'll show you that in a minute, because anyhow, kind of falls into place. Looks all right, right? Yeah. So up underneath there, looks like we just pretty much I'm gonna say rebuild, but where's my light? I can get a light. See, I hate lights. They never shine where you want them to. Anyhow, this little panel is part of this inner skin structure. And then there's a heavy-duty reinforcement right here. And then the outer heavy-duty reinforcement here. So that's pinched in between. How are we going to deal with that? Well, most likely we're going to just cut down to here, rebuild a piece, and that's about it. I mean, I can't keep breaking the whole car apart. Just looking for other signs of rust, which I know there was some there. And what I'm finding, you know, it's fun. Oh, we'll just get new panels and we'll rebuild and replace all that. Well, let me show you something. Ready, set, go. Yeah. No. Whoopsie. got this panel here, and I understand, depends on where you get it from, who you get it from. Original equipment. If you have any original equipment, save it, so then you can fit your aftermarket crap to it and make sure that it's going to fit. Because if I'd have just thrown this piece in and just started just started putting it in place, wouldn't have worked. I can't even get it to fit this way. Not that these are easy to get in on OEM, but I just put it in place before I ripped the old one out to get an idea where things are supposed to fit. Well, that's as tight as I can get it to fit right now. First off, I noticed my OEM piece. See how this is a rounded kind of an angle right here? Anyway, the OEM piece was a straight down corner, not rounded, straight down. Because what happens is your let me show you. This little piece then comes down and fits here in this area. I don't know if I can, but just that doesn't even fit down in there at all. I may order a different one from hopefully a better supplier, because I mean there's no way I can fight with that and make anything happen. Get one end in and the other end pops out. Over here, since I got a clamp on that end, if this thing will even come close. Things shouldn't be this hard. And this is what takes all the time. This kind of another clamp. Have another one of those clamps would be great. pinched my fingers. Of course, you just get numb to it after a while. Anyway, I'm gonna push that in. That clamp on there like that. I'm gonna flip this over. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's Oh. So close. Interesting. That's it. Good as it gets, right there. Right there. Well, the radius is really close. Maybe. A little issue right there. No issue right there. It might simply be this lip right here giving me a lot of problem. I've already had to trim a little piece off of there to make it fit, just to get it to what you saw. Okay, so that's where we are. And I have to, you know, all this dash has to all work together when I put it in. I will put my vent panel in once I get it to fit the other little panel. After I rebuild this and that over there, once I do that, then once this panel's in place, then I can put my dash back in and attach it to this panel. So one thing leads into another. Hey everybody, I'm back. Remember this? That I spent hours upon hours making it fit, and it's still, I mean, I got it to kind of fit. Wasn't too bad, but in looking at it, you can see that there's a twist back and forth with it that I'm not gonna fight with anymore. I mean, we can see down there things aren't really straight, or it's anyway. So throw that over there. Went down to NPD, purchased theirs. That one falls right into place without doing any tweaking or shrinking or stretching. I mean, you know, it doesn't fall into place, but relatively, you know, fits. None of these, even the factory, just trying to put this panel on is a nightmare. But the only thing that I have found so far is this little tab over here, and I got to slot that hole a little bit, make that tab go in, and but I'm much happier with the fitment. As you can see, and I'm holding it together. The fitment is nice, the gap's nice. Got to do some, you know, minor tweaking, but I haven't touched this thing at all, so that's a plus. Now the difference, I bought this probably a year ago. I think I paid 50 bucks for it. I bought this a week ago and had to pay $89, I think, for it, something like that. But I'm gonna have a much nicer product and much less time spent that I've already wasted over here, but I don't want to waste, you know, 3 more hours. So that's where we are on that part. We'll get back with you. Hey, we're back and we're still on this. This fits much better. Elongated or slotted that a little bit more right there. Did a couple stretches. My arc wasn't quite perfect, but now it's pretty darn close. So I've put that up here and I fit everything. Now what I got to do is rebuild the corners, and this I did wow, 30 years ago, I guess. No, more than that, longer than that. Anyway, that was still holding, but guess what, we're going to take it out, rebuild this corner. It's basically supposed to be like this across here, so that you can weld through here to it. Give you an idea, I guess. I don't know why they cut it short here and left this big opening, but I'm going to bring it all the way around and attach to that. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but that's what we're going to do. Probably with some kind of drain hole. Or that's why they wet this all rusted out all the time, because it wasn't a drain hole. But we're gonna work on that and see you in a minute. Okay, catching up. So it's not pretty, but it's a piece. Kind of got the contour. Something's welding here. I'm still either contaminated or this is galvanized. I'm not sure what. So, well, it's rusty, so maybe it's not galvanized. I don't know, but it's rusting like galvanized. I see the white powder, but there still could have been some brass in there that's given me some issues. You see that? Yeah, see the white? But either way, we'll get it eventually. So I'm gonna trim this off and finish welding things in, and maybe you can see from here. Didn't cut this out, like it goes way behind this panel, so I'm just gonna overlap it and call it good, because whatever that is down there, I'm not going to see in my lifetime at this point. Somebody else can deal with it. So we got to start here, get that one done, that one over there, cut this little panel out, which I have a cute little template for, and get that all pieced in. So we'll see you then. Okay, we're back, and got a little crack in my screen right there, so I hope you can't see it. But anyway, made my little fitter, and hope you like my idea, welding that little doohickey right there so I can fit it in there. Can't see with my big old glove in the way. Anyhow, anyway, so that fits. We're going to tack that in a couple spots And I'm gonna try to TIG weld that later, but you get the idea of that fits in there. And we'll just keep plugging along. See you in a bit. Okay, well, I lied. I didn't TIG weld it. I MIG welded it with my 23 gauge wire. So that turned out all right in there. Smooth that out a little bit, and that's good to go. Clean it up, nice and strong. Looks like a new one, kind of, but that'll serve a purpose. And I thought I had messed something up because of this, and I did not. Because if we come back, this is raised up right here, as well as come down here, that's raised up right there. So that keeps it up off of here, this area, which is this area. Now, did the factory have a raised area over here? I don't know, because it wasn't there. So it's about where that sits. You can see it. You know, may have. I have no idea. This may not even supposed to be there. I don't know. Like I said, it might have supposed to have been a run out, a drip hole. I don't know where my post thing is. Post A pillar post. Is at the moment. I'd like to see something. There it is, right there. I don't know if this will actually fit on here right now. Well, it's got to fit on over the top of that. There's the holes there, go there, and I'm not... Boy, look how lucky we got there. Boom! Now, that, of course, doesn't fit down on that. This goes under here. Somewhere in that vicinity. So now that really changes all kinds of stuff. Boy. See, you know, when you're doing something that goes on, that fits. See, that changes stuff. And it's this. It's not what I just did. I don't think. And I'll have to put that back on and screw everything down. Try to put this in place. But interesting. I don't know if you can see that, if I've got you too close to it. But you see our issue. That's Trying to line that hole up. It is a little high, actually. According to the holes, it's about where it's supposed to be. Oh boy. One thing to another. Noticing these holes. Currently, I do not remember what those are from. Okay, well, you know, I gotta figure out what's going on right there. So, get back with you. Alrighty, we are back. Had another little detour because we went to come and fix this corner and found out it was completely ate up with rust up underneath here and down this area. So cut that out, built us a new one, and now we're back to here. So much fun. So I'm just fabricating another panel like I did over there, and just seeing how far we need to go. It's not good on this side. So looking to see my arc. Could use a little more right there. Probably use a big old hammer to get that. I do need to bend this down. So, all right, let's just go over here and see what we can do. If you can see it, I'm going to do the best I can for you. There we go. So this is the stretcher. So if you stretch this side, it makes things curve. Pretty cool, really. See that move? Probably didn't, but watch this. See it move? See it move? Now, that needs a bend, but like I said, that might get forced in a different way. See, we got a little too much curve, but that's all right, because we can pull it back with the shrinker. Let's just pull back the end. Doesn't take a lot. I've learned that. Trial and error. Think, oh wow, that's not moving much. Okay, so yeah, let's bring it back some more. Oh, Saw that one, didn't you? Yeah. No, we don't want that. And sometimes versus going all the way in, if you get just on the edge, really makes it move. That's probably what I did. But if you move too much and don't work around it here, then you end up with just like kink, kink, kink. Yeah, that's what I said. Kink, kink. Makes little kinks in it versus rounding it for you. Okay, I need to trim that some. And I think you're finding out why that I'll go ahead and do something and then come back again so my videos don't end up 4 hours long. And the last one I tried cutting some stuff and still ended up, I think, 2 hours. But you know, that's over a period of me working for 2 days or more. It's hard to cut it down just a couple hours and still get the point across as far as what I'm doing and how I did it. Okay, now the other side had a step to it. Quite a big one. This one doesn't act the same, but I don't know, we're just gonna play it by ear. The little curve's just a little too straight. It's not really following. I'm sure that kind of goes like that. You know, sometimes you just start over. Because I don't have, I mean, this should probably curve down some. And I'm not seeing that. Anyway, let me work on this. Probably round this here somehow. See you in a minute. Okay, you guys, I got something in there. I'm pre-fitting my A-pillar panel, and that's gonna fit all right once I cut that, and pre-fitting this, and that's fitting okay. My holes are lining up, see, and this side is funky and I'm gonna have to do some work to it, but we are in the ballpark. So I'm going to work this little handy dandy thing in here, get her welded up. Yeah, so be back. Okay, back again. It's all in, welded, ground, blah blah blah. Well, I gotta grind that. So Trying to make sure it fits. So that's where that fits. Screw holes lined up. This is good gap to work with. Anyway. So let's put this on. Line up what we can line up. Next, holes underneath. Yeah. Okay. Holes underneath. Hole right here. And I welded this hole back in. Sorry, I keep checking my screen. Because I don't like where it was sitting. It's sitting stupid in a stupid factory place. I don't know why they didn't put it over here. But anyhow, go on this side. Put a couple screws in. See, depending on the twist we give it. Put in this, not that one. Well, sure that holes lined up. I don't have a screw. Is that? No, here they are. So, based on if I twist it like that, which then opens that up, as you can see. But we're going to kind of, what the heck? I mean, it's straight. What's holding it? Let's get the other panel. Just painted the Prius. Yeah, don't get me started on that. Painted it the same color as that blue truck outside. Looks blue in here. See outside, the blue truck? Yeah, that looks blue in here. Wait till you take it outside. It turns purple. The truck doesn't. But anyhow, oh, it's a Prius. I guess it needs to be purple. And then I was doing a couple things. I washed it today. Scratched the door with my belt buckle right here. So I'm trying to fix that, hopefully. And then was just doing a touch up on my spoiler. Yeah, burn it with the buffer. So, come on, get out. So, I'm in the booth painting that. So I gotta line this back up. If we tilt it, look how unaligned we are here. Do that. Well, let's put a screw or two in. Why is that bent? It should not be bent. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so tighten it down on our scribe, blah blah, line, and if we lean it forward, it helps our gap a little. And if you look down there, everything kind of jives. But you know, we can fix it. Cut it, weld it, beat it with a big ass hammer. Just kind of how the way I feel right now. So tighten this one off. Doesn't really tighten up, but okay, so this one needs to tilt as well. Okay, but like we said, kind of weird right there. So that's where we are for the moment. Got to decide and got to do some checking that this is where we want that. We put it here because we've got to drill holes back here so we can weld it to that panel there. And if we tilt it up too much, will we still have enough panel to weld to? And I think that we will. I think we'll be okay. So, nice if I had my door on there to see how big of a gap that was. It was like I could stick my finger through it on one side, but not on the other. I don't know how that looks. So I'm gonna play around with that. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back and got a little ahead of myself and welded it in. I used weldable primer on the back side of this panel, and of course those get all plugged up, so I had to improvise and poke a hole in it, spray the back of it, and it was dripping, so I got plenty on it. Anyway, those are my plug welds. Got plenty of them. You know, when things just line up and you say, weld it, that's what I did. So that's why I got ahead of you. And I'm not sure where I left you, but it's in there. Those are gaps I can work with. My dash is lined up really nice. And this is the only gap that I'm concerned about, but I don't remember if factory had that gap or if it was tied up against there. I don't think it was a gap, but anyway, I can work with it. This is level here, that's level, this is off a little bit this way. I can work with that. Had to make this one fit a little better, tweaking this, tweaking that. Took my scraper and had to hit it this way to sharpen that little edge a little bit, and then there's a little flange on the back side of this that I rounded a little bit. You know, gotta tweak things, make it happen. So everything's, as you can see, it's lined up. It's something I can work with. My dash, like I said, lines up really nice. This falls into place. That's a factory gap right here, believe it or not. Big space between this aftermarket panel and here, but not so much on this side. Again, that's the way it was factory, and I've kind of gone with it. I've tried to tweak things some, but I'll work on that. I will probably pull this back off and weld, well, that I can just weld right to here, so that'll seal that up, and I'll fill that other little gap in with some metal, and I'll have to, well, weld this one up, and I'm gonna put a little piece of metal from here to here just to help, you know, things not to leak. So there it is. That panel's in. I'm grinding my welds, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. I left you, I welded this panel in, I've ground all my welds down, looks good. I'm gonna continue on filling up some of this, figure out how to fill up this gap. What do I need to do? And then move on to next projects. So that's it for the video on putting in the filler panel. So we'll see you on the next one.